Welcome to a MainelyDIY.com video. Today's video is on double crochet.
Hi, I just wanted to go over a quick review of doing double crochet in the row, a variation of 3 different variations. So I'll start with this one, which is the one that you see instructions. It's kind of the normal one, unless you're told otherwise. This is how you would do the stitch with instructions. So I'm going to put my hook in there. So I'm wrapping my yarn around, and this is the one where I put my hook under both layers of that chain on that previous row. So I'm going down under both of those stitches, wrapping, pulling it up through those, and then wrapping, and I go through 2, wrap, and go through 2. So do that again. So I wrap my yarn, slide under there, and go through those, pick the yarn up and bring it up through that foundation layer, wrap, go through 2, wrap, and go through 2. So I'm going to continue right down to the end, doing that same stitch. And I've got one more to do before I hit my chain stitch. Yes, okay. So I'm sliding it right under that, the 2 chains, kind of, or both sides of the chain, wrapping my yarn up, pulling it up through, wrapping, going through 2, wrapping and going through 2. And then I'm on that last one, and I'm hitting the top, putting my hook down the top of that 3 chain, which is my kind of my base, my turning double crochet made out of chains. So I pull the yarn up through that. Oops, I already did that. Sorry, I'll go back and do that again. So I'll wrap my yarn around, and then I've got my first one in the row is this 3 chain thing. So we're going in that top chain, right in the top of it. So it's the 3rd from the bottom, wrapping my yarn around, going through 2, wrapping my yarn around, going through 2. Let me do that one more time for you. So I'm wrapping my yarn around, going in that stitch that is the 3rd chain that I made when I turned the previous row. Wrap my yarn around, pull it through that base, wrap it and go through 2, wrap it and go through 2. So the 3 chains again are there 1, 2, 3. I'm turning my work, and I'm skipping kind of 5 chains, or you can think of it as skipping the first double in the row. So I'm wrapping my yarn around, sliding it under the stitch, wrapping, pulling it up through, wrapping, going through 2, wrapping and going through 2. So then I'm going to move on to the one that has this little ridge line every other row, and that's done by you wrap your yarn around the hook, and you go from the side closest to you. So you're going to kind of go from the, let's see if we got the chain there, we're going to go from the bottom up. So I'm wrapping, going from the bottom, oops, sorry, put that in the camera again, wrapping, going through the bottom up. I'm wrapping my yarn around, pulling it up, and going through 2, wrapping and going through 2. So again, I'm wrapping my yarn around, and I'm coming around to the side that's closest to me, and I'm pushing my hook right up through the stitch. See how I've kind of split the stitch? Let me take my hook out so you can see where it's going. Okay, so then we're wrapping our yarn around, pulling it through 2 and wrapping. So the trick in this one is you're going from after you wrap it, you're going from the bottom up, splitting the chain stitch there, the foundation chain, splitting it in two, and taking the loop that's closest towards you. And then finally we have the one if we want a little stretch, maybe we're doing a cuff or a sleeve or something like that. So in this one, I put my hook back in there, we're wrapping it around just like we've done before, but we're going to go from the top down. We're going to split that single and pull that back stitch, or the one furthest away from you working. And you wrap your yarn around, pull it up through, wrap and go through two, wrap and go through two. Again, you wrap your yarn around, poke it right down the center of the stitch. You're working with that back one, you wrap your yarn around, pull it up through, wrap, pull through two, wrap and pull through two. Let's do one more. So we're wrapping, we're going right down the center of that foundation chain, which is the top of our previous double crochet row, and working with that back loop, let's see, or that one that's furthest away from the crocheter, wrapping your yarn around, pulling it up through that loop so you have three on your hook. You wrap and go through two, wrap and go through two. So you just continue along like that. So again, we have the three methods. This one is the flat one. You see instructions where you're going under both of the both loops right underneath the chain. This one is the one that has the ridge, and you're going from the bottom up, so you're splitting your chain from the side closest to you. You're picking up that loop that's close to you. And then finally, to get this stretchy one, we're stabbing from the top down. We're splitting our stitch from the top. Let's see, get a good picture. There we go. From the top, right down like that, picking up that back loop and working with that one. So that's how you do three variations of double crochet, and I hope you enjoy this quick review. We'll be doing some more videos shortly. Thank you.